There are several challenges that Learn.com has helped us overcome. Number one, it simplified our reporting. We used to have data on 4 different learning management systems and a bunch of spreadsheets. We took all that down to one learning management system. So that's really simplified our life. Number two, it's enabled us to automatically assign compliance training so we know we're in legal compliance when it comes to OSHA regulations and HR regulations. So that's made our life a lot simpler. Number three, it's allowed us to automate the way in which we make training available and also assign training to our target audience. So it allows us to focus more on consulting with our organization and developing solid content and not so much on the pure administrative aspects of what we do. And finally, I'd say that Learn.com has given us good advice in terms of our learning strategy. So the strategist that works with us, Kelly Bashinsky, has just been outstanding in working with us to help understand what our goals are from a business standpoint, what the learning implications are, and how we can leverage the features of the platform to accomplish those. Well, the platform has made my life much easier in the sense that I don't have to worry about managing the day in, day out aspects of administering instructor-led training or uploading and delivering content. We've developed a pretty efficient operation for managing instructor-led training. Webroom is a great tool for delivering the virtual training that we deliver to our audience. And the process for uploading and testing our content has really been simple. I think Learn.com has impacted us in a number of ways. Number one, it's allowed us to deliver better training to a wider audience because we can leverage e-learning to deliver that training out to the organization. We're not a company with a lot of learning assets. We don't have a lot of instructors, and so we're relying more and more on the ability to deliver virtual training across the country, whereas in the past we would have attempted to do it by rolling it out region by region. So it's enabled us to get products out into the market faster and make sure that our people are trained to deliver the right product information out into the organization to our customers. So that's definitely helped our business. In addition, as I mentioned earlier, it's enabled us to keep track of our customer care centers. So now we know exactly what training is being done by our customer care partners. We're using the Learn.com platform in a number of different ways. We use it to administer instructor-led training. We use it to deliver web-based training. We use it for virtual classroom training. And we also use it for assignments. So we use quite a few assignments that are delivered to new hires in the organization, new managers. We have assignments go to people with specific job titles. And so it's allowed us to be very consistent in the way in which we deliver training in a very targeted way, specifically to certain job titles or groups within the organization. Great. The client service experience has been great. The professional services group does a great job of supporting us. They've executed well on every project we've done, whether it's an integration or a migration of data or building out a dashboard. So they've been great on the design side. And they've been great on the execution side in terms of delivering a product that's really kind of exceeded our expectations. In addition to the technical services, our strategist does a great job with us. Well, as a matter of fact, I have gotten a promotion in the last few months, and I do think that the success we've had leveraging the platform to meet our business needs contributed to that. I'll give you an example. I decided last year that we ought to be using the platform externally with our dealers. And so we brought up a new Learn Center focused just on that dealer population, which is about 6,000 people. And so I know that that had an impact on the sales organization, and we got some good recognition out of that. Well, there aren't too many vendors I work with that I would call true partners. Many of them are very responsive. But in the case of Learn.com, I'd say that they're certainly responsive, but they also give good advice. And if we have ideas that are not the best solution, they won't hesitate to tell us a better way to do something. And so in terms of getting advice from a partner, I find them very helpful. I find that they are very easy to work with. Our account rep, Elizabeth Bagley, is just great. She's very responsive. She calls back right away whenever we have issues. I would say, first of all, we felt it gave our users the best experience. Number two, I think that it eliminated a lot of complications and headaches versus implementing a learning management system and having to manage that system internally. And third, the expertise that we get in terms of learning management and talent management, such as the kind of consulting we get from Michael Sabag and Kelly Bashinsky, has been an added value that goes beyond what the platform can do. We actually replaced 4 systems with our Learn.com implementation. And those range from systems that were departmental to systems focused on a specific area like product training. So the system that we have now, Cricket University, is better in a number of ways. Number one, all the data is one place. Number two, we can assign learning out to individuals that we couldn't assign it to and into groups as well. Number three, is very flexible. So there's really nothing that we've wanted to do that we can't do with the platform. And number four, it's allowed us to minimize the staffing that we need to do administrative work so we can devote more resources to doing content development and delivery. I've been on the other side in terms of working as an implementer, and so I know it from both sides. And the simplicity that you gain from having an externally provided system that you don't have to upgrade and maintain is just huge. I'm a learning professional. I'm not an IT expert. I work out of the HR organization, so we don't necessarily get the highest priority from our hardworking IT organization. So it's great to have the service provided by an external vendor who knows the product inside and out, and we know we're always on the most current release. What I really like about the platform is its configurability. It used to be that a learning management system sounded great, but then you might spend $100,000 on customizations to do just the basics and create a good user experience. But with the Learn.com platform, we can do almost everything we need to do with the dynamic objects. The ability to control who sees what content is very easy to use. So I'd say configurability is a huge advantage for us. Our implementation process was, I'd say, a smooth process. It took a little longer than we originally planned it to take. And I think part of that was it took us longer for our IT organization to ramp up and do their side of it. But once we established a good working relationship between that organization and the Learn.com technical consulting team, things went very smoothly. And since then, we've done a number of implementations in terms of a rebranding of the site, changing the look and feel, adding additional learn centers, building our dashboard out, and those projects have been very smooth. We use Oracle HRMS as our people data, and so we integrate with that. For external users, we use Salesforce.com. So we have 2 integrations. In the case of Oracle, what we've done is automated quite a bit in terms of assignment. So every night we have a feed that comes over with an update in terms of individuals that are in the organization and their job titles. That enables us to keep our learning plans current and assigned to the right people based on the jobs that they're in. So that's been huge.